A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome back to A+ English. I'm Kat.
I'm Chickling.
And we are here for day 2 of our article on bad neighbors. So yesterday we learned about the boundary crosser, the one who puts their stuff in public spaces, who doesn't respect your place and, might, put them in common areas. And that would be not so good. Yeah. So today we're learning about 2 more. But of course, before that, we have a warm-up question. Which words would you use to politely ask someone to do something?
I usually say, could you please?
Yeah.
Or may I? Or could you? I don't say can.
Yeah, actually, the more indirect you are in English, the politer it sounds. Like if you say, I was wondering if you could, you're not actually wondering, you want to ask, but it's I was hoping that we could blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If we could something, that would be great.
Yeah.
That's all, polite, indirect ways of asking for something, but people understand that you are asking. So, yeah, or please even. I mean, if you're at the table, please pass the salt, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways to be polite in English and in Chinese too, of course. But we're going to talk about some people who are not so polite today. So why don't we get into it and learn a little bit more?
3 types of bad neighbors. Warm-up question. Which words would you use to politely ask someone to do something?
The busybody. This person asks a lot of personal questions. They talk about others and want to know everyone's business. A busybody likes to tell you the area's rules and complain about people. It's best to just stay away from busybodies.
All right, our first one, the first bad neighbor for today is the busybody.
Busybody.
Busybodies are the worst. This person asks a lot of personal questions. So what kind of questions do you think?
How much is your rent?
Yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend? Are you pregnant?
I hate those.
How much money do you make?
I'm so stressed out already.
And this one, why do you look so tired?
People ask me that all the time.
So rude.
I'm even my coworkers have asked me that before, and I'm like, why would you? Just because I have not wearing makeup today doesn't mean I'm that tired.
But in Taiwan, we show care by asking, you look tired.
I know.
It's different cultures, right?
I understand, but also it's okay, do you think I look sick? Thanks.
I know, right?
Yeah. Where'd you go to college? How are your parents? Do you have a baby? Something like that.
Oh my goodness.
All sorts of questions. And especially if it's from your parents, that's one thing, or your parents' friends, that's one thing. But if it's from your neighbor or even your landlord, ooh. Yeah.
Basically strangers.
Yeah, they don't have any reason to want to know this. But the article says they talk about others and want to know everyone's business. That's so obnoxious. People have a right to privacy.
Right.
Yeah, so, they'll come to you. Not only will they ask about you, they'll also come to you and be like, did you hear about the neighbor downstairs? And they were having a fight with their boyfriend, and I think they're going to break up soon.
What? It's none of my business.
Yeah, it's I don't even know them. Yeah, it's none of their business.
Say business. Well, Business right here means a situation or activity, and often one that you're giving your opinion about. It's not 商业哦，这边是一个私事、私人的事情的意思。比如说，我们常常讲 mind your own business， 就是你管你自己的事就好，不要管别人。Or it's none of your business what I do.
Yeah, exactly. If you, I think from kindergarten we learn how to say it like it's none of your business. We say it's none of your beeswax.
Oh, okay.
It's just a funnier way of saying it's none of your
little bratty line.
Yeah, none of your beeswax. Yeah. So, I mean, saying it's none of your business is like, just leave me alone. Don't ask about my life. But a busybody likes to ask. A busybody likes to tell you the area's rules and complain about people. Oh, that sounds like someone I don't want to live near.
But if they tell you about the area's rules, usually it sounds like that they're landladies or landlords.
Not always. In the U.S., there's something called a homeowners association or HOA.
Okay.
And in neighborhoods that have it's sort of like a club or it's like a neighborhood government.
Oh, we have that too.
Yeah. And sometimes they can really be on your get on your case about not playing by the rules. If you have something in your yard that you're not supposed to have, even though it doesn't hurt anybody, they'll say oh, you have to get that out of here or you have to pay money to the HOA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I think it's quite similar here because we have a government, a neighborhood government too.
Yeah, neighborhood government.
Especially in an apartment building.
Yes, and a lot of busybodies like to be on the neighborhood government.
Do you have neighbors like that?
No, not anymore. I mean, actually, no, I don't think I ever did, thankfully. How about you?
Me either, because I never know who my neighbors are.
Yeah. Well, I think that we've done the thing that the article says we should do. It's best to just stay away from busybodies. It's very true, because their behavior is not easy to change.
Yeah, so to stay away from someone means to not go near or to become involved with them. 就是远离他们吧。
Yeah, exactly. Just stay away from them.
The noisy and or smelly neighbor. This person plays loud music all night. Garbage, smoke, or food smells might come from their home. You can politely ask this neighbor to be quiet or smoke outside. However, you can complain to the police about noise during sleeping hours. It's important to respect your neighbors. Set a good example by being a good neighbor yourself.
All right, this last one I feel like is the one that's most common in Taipei City that I've seen the most. The noisy and or smelly neighbor.
Smelly neighbor.
Or noisy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this person plays loud music all night. Or like I said, they might fight and yell.
这很不行哎。
Yeah.
超不行. I really can't stand this type, especially the smelly ones, because I'm so sensitive to smell.
Me too. Yeah, if my neighbors have a smelly house or they have bad smelling things outside, if they put... I mean, some people like to put poo in their plants to fertilize them.
Oh, yeah.
Which is okay for the plants, but it really is smelly.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so they might play loud music all night if they're noisy. And if they're smelly, garbage, smoke, or food smells might come from their home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my other neighbors is a smoker. Not the one next to me, but when I go out to the stairs, sometimes I can smell it. Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh gosh， 所以刚刚我们提到说 the noisy 就是噪音很吵的 neighbor 跟臭味制造者。我们来继续看一下接下来。So what can we do about it if we have these kind of neighbors?
Well, I mean, of course, the key is always to be polite. And the article says you can politely ask this neighbor to be quiet or smoke outside. Well, my neighbor does smoke outside. The problem is that the balcony is really easy to get into the air in the stairwell.
Yeah.
But at least it's not in my balcony.
Yeah, 这就像我们刚刚讲的 I was wondering if you could
Yeah.
smoke in your bathroom.
Smoke on the other side.
Yeah.
Smoke when the wind is going away from the apartment.
Yeah. Or could you please just quit smoking? Smoking is not bad for you. It's not good for you.
It's really not. And I have friends who smoke too, and they know they shouldn't, but it's really hard to stop. So guys, if you are listening to this, don't start smoking because it is very hard to stop. Yeah. And of course, it causes other people to be sensitive to your smell. Yeah. All right. But so even if you ask them to be quiet, ask them to clean up their messes and not make so many smells, maybe they don't listen to you or maybe they can't help it. However, you can complain to the police about noise during sleeping hours. So, yeah, if your neighbors are holding loud parties or practicing piano at night or fighting, people should be able to respect your sleeping time. If it's late at night, I don't like to call the police first, but if there's no other option, So, yeah, of course, you can complain to the police. You can ask them to be quiet. Those are different ways you can deal with it. The article says it's important to respect your neighbors. Always.
对，就是要去尊重你的 respect is always important.
Very important.
不管是谁啦，都一样。To everyone, we should be respectful.
Exactly. And the article finishes by saying, set a good example by being a good neighbor yourself.
I think I'm a good neighbor.
I think I'm a good neighbor too. I don't
quiet.
make much noise. I clean the balcony. I, share the washing machine with my next door neighbor, and we talk about it pretty well. And yeah, it's not bad.
Like when to wash mine.
When to wash your clothes, when to wash mine, and we have to clean the washing machine sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 那我们接下来赶快看一下今天所有的单字吧。好啦，我们第一个字就是规则，就是 rule。那我们是遵守规定啊，就是可以说 to follow or to obey the rule。那如果不遵守，我们可以说 break。to break the rule， 违反规定，我们也就是说什么东西是 against the rule。所以比如说 the students must obey the rules or the students must not break the rules 都是可以的，或者是 it's against the rule to cross the street while the red light is on。那我们再继续看一下，像学校的规定，英文就是 school rule。所以比如说 students can't bring their phones to class， it's a school rule。学生们不可以带手机到班上哦，因为会偷玩，这是学校的规定。好，那刚刚我们有说到 complain 这个字嘛，它就是抱怨、埋怨，所以埋怨某一件事可以加一个 about，so to complain about something。比如说 Nina is always complaining about her in-laws， 就是 Nina 常常在抱怨她的公公婆婆。那我们再看到 complaint， 它就是名词是不一样，也可以当可数名词。比如说They received a number of complaints from customers about bad service。因为不好的服务，所以他们收到很多顾客的抱怨。那我们再看一个句子 Linda complained to the waiter because he brought her cold pizza. Linda 跟服务生抱怨说，你那个披萨拿来是冷掉的耶。那我们刚刚有说到，是不是噪音制造者嘛？这些人他们晚上会放很大声的音乐，这个 loud 就是很吵、很响亮的意思。所以我们刚刚有提到 loud music。那如果是很吵的杂音，就是 loud noise。比如说 I woke up to their loud noise last night。那我们再看一个句子哦 Susan could not hear her friend because the music was too loud。 Susan 听不到朋友讲话，因为音乐太大声了。那最后是不是看到 garbage？ 因为把自己的垃圾留在外面嘛，就会臭到其他邻居。那我们讲无聊的话，英文可以说 talk garbage。比如说 Why do you talk garbage all the time？ 你为什么一直都在讲废话啊？好，那我们最后看一下这个单字，这个句子 Jasper takes out the garbage at around 8 p.m. most nights。 Jasper 大多数晚上会差不多在8点的时候去倒垃圾。那是我们今天所有的单字哦 Please review them and right now let's go to our game time。
Review time! All right, so for our activity today, we've been talking a lot about bad neighbors. I thought we could talk about a good neighbor, maybe the perfect neighbor.
Perfect neighbor.
Ooh. So before we do that, we should review our word power words. We got rule, complain, loud, and garbage. Talking garbage, yeah. Well, I mean, you have to deal with garbage as a neighbor too. So who is your perfect neighbor, Chicolene? What would they be like?
Well, I think they will never break the rules.
Okay.
That's the one word we had today.
Yeah,
and
never break the rules.
They don't complain to you about things.
Oh, really? Even if you guys are like friends, like you wouldn't want them to be like, oh my God, I had such a bad day at work. Can't we come over and have pizza?
I can listen to you, but please not all the time.
Yeah, not all the time.
I'm a positive person.
Yes.
I don't like to hear
Fair enough.
negative things all the time.
Yeah.
What
All
about
right.
you?
For me, Let's see. I mean, they wouldn't have garbage everywhere. That's just a default thing. You don't even have to be a good neighbor to do that. Just a normal neighbor. But I think, honestly, for me, a perfect neighbor is somebody who is like, gives you your own space, but can also be very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And like, sometimes you give each other things. Like sometimes they'll knock on your door and be like, I made a cake. Do you want a piece?
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's so sweet.
Yeah, and maybe they offer to help you with things and you offer to help them. I feel like I really value community. And so if I can live with people who are willing to help each other a lot, I think that's perfect for me.
My parents have that kind of neighbors.
Yeah.
We know each other. We've known each other for more than 10 years.
Yeah, but you don't get up in each other's business all the time
either. No. But my dad talks about stock with them, and they talk about all the things.
Yeah.
And
and then
it's
sometimes you're like, hey, I made a lot of dinner. You want to come over?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I really enjoy that.
I don't think I'm a perfect neighbor, though.
I mean, I'm not a perfect neighbor. I'm a decent neighbor. I keep my things really clean outside, and I don't make a ton of noise. And we can always, text each other and say like, I'm going to bed. Can you turn the TV down? And be like, oh yeah, okay. And so maybe you guys have a different idea of the perfect neighbor. Maybe the perfect neighbor for you is someone you never see. Maybe their perfect neighbor is no neighbor.
Yeah, I think I have perfect neighbor because I never see them.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, everyone has a different idea of it. You guys can talk about this with your classmates. And we are done talking about our bad neighbors, thankfully. We hope you've learned something about how to be a little more polite, be a good neighbor, and how to work things out with people who are living near you. Because we all have to live close to each other in cities, and we have to get along. We have to do our best. So for A+ English, I'm Kat.
I'm Jacqueline.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Magic Box.
哇，是珍妮佛·罗培兹，没有错，是我。It is impossible to see a superstar in a supermarket. 哎呀，没有想到会在超市看到超级巨星，这不可能吧？哈哈，没有想到吧？没有错，就是我，顶尖的演员、歌手以及玩家。不好意思，我刚刚攻击了你的村庄喽。刚刚我们开头说的例句It is impossible to see a superstar in a supermarket. 这边呢就要跟大家分享的呢是 it 当作虚主词的用法了。虚主词听起来呢虚幻缥缈，但是呢却非常常见哦。什么时候会用到呢？在认识它之前呢，我们首先要先介绍英文里面有不定词或是动物名词当作主词的用法了。例如呢 To meet Jennifer in person is my dream. 能遇到珍妮佛本人呢是我的梦想，但是母语人士呢是比较常用 Meeting Jennifer in person is my dream， 或者是呢我们可以说 Seeing a superstar in a supermarket is impossible。 OK， 在超市里遇见巨星呢根本是不可能的吧？跟前面一样的意思哦。但是呢这句呢我们就是把 Seeing a superstar in a supermarket 这整件事情呢当作主词了，形容呢它是一件不可能的任务，很难发生的事情。那注意到呢，当我们使用 VING 或是 to 加上这个原形动词当作主词的时候呢，我们的动词呢都是使用第三人称单数，也就是 is 咯。好的，那回到我们的虚主词 it， 当我们呢使用虚主词的时候呢，重点就不是看见明星这件事情，而是呢把重点放在不可能的这件事情了。那呢我们前面这个 seeing a superstar blah 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 blah， 哎呀这个主词呢真的是太长了，所以呢我们就把它放到后面，前面呢就先用 it 来代替，因为呢它只是个替身，所以呢就是我们虚幻的虚主词了。我们看一下句子呢就会写作 It is impossible to see a superstar in a supermarket， 就是这样子造句了。话说这个今年初呢，天气真的是太冷了，寒流一直来哦。It was dangerous for me to stay outside。冰天雪地之中呢， 我待在外面是很危险的事情哦。It was dangerous for me to stay outside. OK， 对谁来说呢？我们就可以在句子中间加上 for， 加上谁，像是刚刚呢，对我来说就是 for me 啦。所以it 将做虚组词的用法呢，就是 it 加上形容词，后面呢加上不定词 to， 再加上动词。那要注意到呢，我们后面这个动词呢才是真正的主词咯。整个句子呢就表示做这个动作很怎么样，让谁觉得怎么样。OK， 那让谁觉得怎么样呢？我们记得句子里面呢可以插入 for 谁。例如呢，我们再看一个句子哦 ，It was satisfying for me to take revenge. 哎呀，谁攻击我的村庄？这个复仇的感觉对我来说真是太棒了！吼吼吼吼。